Morning, peeps. It's Friday. It's been a little bit since I posted a video. My eBay sales are down, but I am walking in the mailbox to drop off a couple orders that I sold overnight. Pretty excited about that. I think I made almost $5. Also sent an email to eBay yesterday just to complain about how my store has taken a little bit of a dive. Get the flag up. Honestly, I'll probably end up taking it to the post office because the mail doesn't get here until usually 1:30 or 2 on Friday, and I don't like making my customers wait. So if it's not picked up, then I drop it off on my lunch break. Anyway, sales are slow, and by slow I mean like a spacecraft taking a nosedive into a cow pond that sits on top of a secret volcano and then it erupts. So like a burning liquid fire of trash, which kind of sucks because I worked really hard the last couple of months to take a deep dive into my store, mark down and get rid of things that weren't selling, that were dragging my store down. Took a deep dive into my listing titles, searched them on Google to match the algorithm, make sure that my items were equivalent to things that were popping up first on Google searches. All the things that you should do as a good eBay seller if you want your stuff to move. But sales were looking great. Got them way up for probably most of the third and fourth quarter, and was making some lifestyle improvements from that. And then it just takes a deep tank, and it's always, again, I still think it's in relation to the updates that the eBay made. If you list action figures, you pull them up on a PC now, there's about 15 columns that were required a week and a half ago. Now there's an X beside them because they're no longer required. I have a lot of action figures, so I had to update all of those last week. And then now they all have watchers. Miraculous. You go in and you fix the templates, and now all of a sudden they all have watchers. They all have views. Yeah. And but it's not eBay's fault. No, not at all. They're not responsible. They don't know. I don't know what happened. I think I got a pretty good message back from eBay. It was kind of a standard type message, but then it had some things in it where I know that they actually took a look at my account, and she or the person that wrote it said they felt that my store was okay, and that they thought that my listing impressions were going to be moving up soon. I don't know what tells them that. A couple interesting things that they did say was they had kind of a list of things you could do to, I guess, they had a list of things that I could do to help to keep my store moving and to have some continuity. And one of those was common listing in common categories. So me, I'm an everything seller, but I think I have a handful of things that I specialize in. I have a lot of toys, a lot of action figures, a whole lot of sports cards, thousands and thousands of sports cards, a lot of clothing items, something that I listed a lot of last week. And they're basically saying if you list in a lot of categories and your current listing habits, if your current listing habits fall into one single category, and I guess the way it sounded was if I am neglecting my primary category. So if I'm Like for instance, I listed almost 20 t-shirts. So I list 20 t-shirts, 2 or 3 hats, pop in a couple pair of jeans, but haven't listed my typical 30 or 40 sports cards a week, then I'm probably going to see a big decline in sports card sales. That has happened. I sell hundreds, thousands, almost sports cards a week. It's common. I go 2 weeks and I basically aren't selling any. A few single cards. I pushed a few offers through creating sales the last couple of weeks, but none of the big sales coming out of the multi-picks with people buying 40 and 50 cards where I had that back. So that's one of the things that they said was to be consistent. So I am, and I try to list 1 or 2 items in each category every day. So today I listed a pair of jeans. I'm going to list a record. I have a hat that I'm going to list. I've got a single card I'm going to list in basketball, football, another baseball card. I'm going to list a Yu-Gi-Oh card, a couple sets of maybe some play sets in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm going to list a couple of Pokemon cards. That way it covers across the board the things that take up the majority of my store. And then I have a few multi-pick listings with 400 or 500 cards where I have 20 or 30 that I can add to them where I've bought more cards or found some that needed to be put in. And then I'm going to pull a couple listings down that aren't moving. I've got some older things from 2001 where there's several hundred cards, and I'm going to pull them down and list them in bulk. Try to do some bulk sets with no duplicates. Those tend to sell well. A lot of people like to, buy half a set and then fill in the rest. It's just some of the interesting stuff. But yeah, sales are low. Last week I was sick again, some sort of flu, something. I don't know. I hate doctors anyway. Let me rephrase. I don't hate doctors. I don't like to go to the doctor. I don't like to waste my insurance. And my symptoms, I manage several people, so my symptoms are the same as what I'm hearing going around. And what I also hear with that I went to the doctor and they said just go home and go to sleep. Can't do anything. So that's enough for me. I just went to sleep. Felt like death. But so I didn't do many videos last week. I am almost finished with my flea market video. That's coming up. I'm gonna have that done, I hope, by the end of this weekend. Super exciting. A lot of stuff to show you there. And then hopefully next week I'm going to try to do a business trip for 2023. We're going to travel a few hours, do a little overnight stay in an area that is good for thrifting, the mountains. Can't wait for that. So I'm going to try to expense that out. It'll be my first attempt at a business expense on my own. I'm going to take the dog with us. I told Roscoe we were going bear hunting because he was a little nervous, but now he seems pretty excited. So, hopefully he'll be okay. But anyway, if you like my content, you enjoy my store, check that out. Go to eBay and look at the information. You find that below in my listing. I'm working to change that too. That's one other thing that was sent from eBay. Even though I've been told two different ways from eBay representatives, but this is the second person that said I can go in and change my URL. So at first I was Drew's Trading Cards and Picks because all I did was trading cards, and then I realized if you're only doing trading cards, you're probably not going to make any money unless you have a whole bunch of vintage stuff that's graded 10. You can't have a business that will be your primary job if you're only doing trading cards unless you have a shop and a lot of investment money. I've accepted that, and that's the way it is. So I'm selling everything. Well, my name didn't match, so I changed it last year to TN Master Picks when I upgraded my store. When I did that, I was told you can't cancel your store and then get a new web address. They said it's not going to matter. Your web address will always be Drew's Trading Cards and Picks. Well, now I've got 2 emails, one where I complained last year about a similar issue, and then one yesterday where she said to cancel my store subscription, let it set for a day or 2, and then renew or open a new store subscription, and then I will get the URL that matches my actual store name. But before I do that, I have a lot of marketing material I've purchased that I need to use up. So coming soon, aka as soon as I run out of business cards and stickers, and I have to get new business cards and stickers, I am going to shut my store subscription down, unlist every single thing in my store, wait 2 days, and then open a new store, confirm that the URL has changed, and then relist everything that I have, and then get some new marketing material. So we'll see if that works. At this point, I think that that's an issue. I believe the fact that my store name is different from my URL, and then there's some pages within eBay where one page shows TN Master Picks and another page will show my store name as Drew's Trading Cards and Picks. So it's like a mesh between my 2 store names. I've also seen cases where I think my selling fees are exactly double what they should be. So and when I've asked about it, of course, I never get an answer, but it almost looks like I'm being billed for 2 stores or something. It's weird. But again, it's something I'm going to have to try to work with and see if I can figure it out. So, but again, if you enjoy my content, give me a subscribe, hit that like button, watch for that flea market video to come out by the end of this weekend, and then look forward to next week. I'll have a couple more cool shorts with my Pokemon cards, and then gonna try to get some more thrifting videos out soon. So I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. This is Andrew with TN Master Picks, signing out.